But Dennis Everberg has the puck in the Vancouver zone. Around for Marc-Andre Cliche. Cliche to Everberg. McLeod's in front. Pass went off a Canucks skate. Winds up at the right point. Redmond with a long shot. Deflected to the corner. Derek Dorsett went over 1,000 penalty minutes himself this year. He's at 1,012. John Mitchell pokes the puck into the Vancouver zone. Banks it to the left point. Here's a long shot by Nick Holden. Gloved by Eddie Lack, and he hangs on for the whistle. The puck to the side to Stewart. John Mitchell carries it. Right side feed. Duchesne throws one on goal. Stick saved by Lack. Henrik Sedin collects the rebound. Here's a chance for Stewart from the line, and Lack might have got a piece of that. McGinley. Back to Brad Stewart. Long slap shot. Blocker save. Rebound loose. Lack's out of his net. And had his stick lifted by O'Reilly, and Landeskog's onto the puck. Caught up in skates. O'Reilly comes in to try to free the puck, and now Landeskog from the corner. Fires back, left point. Peta with a blast. Glove saved by Lack. Avs go to work on the 5-on-3. Great chance to open the scoring. Barry down the right. Here's O'Reilly. Barry at the point. O'Reilly again. McGinley shoots. Lack the save, and he hangs on. Passes down. O'Reilly to Tyson Barrie. McGinley wants the pass for the one-timer. It comes to O'Reilly looking across. Puts one to the crease. Lack squeezed the pads. It's in, but the whistle blew. No goal. Here's a shot by Tanguay, blocked by Bonino. Tanguay centers again, that deflected. Winds up on the Canucks stick, and it's shot down the ice by Bonino. Puck back into the Canucks zone. Henrik Sedin trying to dig it out of skates. Tanev and Edler both below the goal line as well. Now McLeod comes up with the puck, puts it to the crease, and to Verbata, but he took a look and missed the pass. The other number 17, Brad Stewart, trying to move the puck out, but the Canucks get it back to Edler. In front, Daniel, stopped by Berra, who stayed with him on the deep to the forehand. Henrik Sedin, Edler sneaking in. Pass comes to Daniel. He's looking back to Weber, I think, but instead he feeds Henrik on the right side. Henrik in the face-off circle. Daniel, Verbata, hit the post. Edler on the rebound, doesn't shoot it. Peda's out of the box. He backhands it up the boards, and Hishin sends it outside the line, actually to the line. It was held in by Weber, but now brought out by Redmond. Up the left wing, Perron with a long shot. Heading wide, but Lack stuck the right pad on it. Now Perron again. Plays it up the boards, held in by Landeskog. He comes out of the pile with the puck, looks in front, tried a shot, a weak one. Now it's loose in front. A backhander stopped by Lack as he tracked that one and was able to stop Alex Tanguay. Couldn't corral it on the feed in front. Now he's got it at the left point. 15 seconds to go on the man advantage. McGinley from the left side, in front. Spinning was O'Reilly. Here's Landeskog, and the puck rolled off his stick right into the pads of Lack, who was able to cover up. Puck dumped into the Vancouver zone. Hamhuis delays before sending one forward. Henrik Sedin carries in. Here's Burrows with a quick shot, and swallowed up by Berra. O'Reilly wins this one from Vey. Barrie with a dangerous move. Mathias intercepts the puck. Here's Weber testing Berra. Had a little trouble with it, but he knocked it down and fell on the puck for another stoppage. Barrie to McGinley, who tried a shot, and that fluttered over top of the goal. Landeskog onto the puck again. Good pressure from the Avalanche. Landeskog cuts in front. Now he shoots. They score! McGinley might have touched it in front. And the Avs open the scoring. 22nd time in 30 games the Canucks have surrendered the opening goal.
Well, I don't think this is the matchup that Willie Desjardins really wanted. The Horvat line out against the Landeskog line, and Jerome McGinley gets planted in front of the net. Landeskog goes all the way around, and this shot from Landeskog hits Jerome McGinley in front off his side and beats Eddie Lack. Eddie didn't see it at all. It's deflected by McGinley, who's right at the top of the crease, and it's just inside the post.
Goal number 26. Many teams have been late. I never believed that adage about 2-0 being the most dangerous lead in hockey, but maybe it is. Avs will try to do it right here. O'Reilly in front through the legs of Hamhuis. Here's Redmond with a shot, and Lack stopped that. The puck came off Hamhuis and wide of the goal. Big inlet from Landeskog and Tyson Barrie. The scoring play on the only goal of the game so far. 1-0 Avalanche. We're 5 minutes into the second. Here's Iginla moving back in front for Duchesne. Wrist shot blocker saved by Lack. Hamhuis moves to check in. This defense pair has been out a little while. Forwards were able to change. Centering pass. Here's Hamilton, and a blocker saved by Lack on that. Freddie Hamilton off. Puck winds up in the stick of Bravado, who throws it in front. O'Reilly on the backhand clears it out to center ice. Poked past Edler. Landeskog turns. O'Reilly to the net. Lack held it out, and it's cleared off the glass to the blue line. Controls the puck. He's stripped of it. Landeskog in on goal. He dekes. Stopped by Lack after the turnover in the breakaway. Trying to make it 2-0. Here's Redmond at the blue line with a long shot. That's why Tanguay scores. Alex Tanguay on the ricochet. It was only a matter of time as the Avalanche get another one behind Lack, and it's 2-0.
Chris Higgins, when you're the last man, you can't do this. You have to make a play, and Higgins last man. Landeskog got the breakaway. Eddie Lack, great save, but then it's still scramble time. Look at O'Reilly looking around. The Canucks still chasing, and there's Alex Tanguay all by himself.
Wide feed, and Landeskog centers. Here's a Ginla at the side as the puck ricocheted off Tanguay. Neither could get a shot through. But the Avalanche maintained control of the puck. Centering feed, O'Reilly to the crease. Lack's got the puck. As the Avalanche never really got a clean shot on goal. Flips the puck to the corner. O'Reilly shovels it along to a Ginla. 40 seconds left in the power play. Puck hasn't left the zone. Here's O'Reilly centering Tanguay across. They score. No, they didn't. Or did they?
Yes.
Yeah, they did. Sorry. He couldn't have missed from there.
Man.
What a passing play. And Landeskog makes it 3-0.
You talked about the puck movement. Colorado Avalanche, how can this power play be 29th in the league the way they can throw it around and throw it around here? Separation through the zone, through the seam, and right off the middle of the net. Look at this pass. Right underneath Henrik Sedin's stick. He's in the passing lane, but it gets through him.
Puck shoveled ahead to Mitchell. Hard pass, knocked away on the exit. Canucks try to break back. Bonino in on the right wing. Nick Bonino carries to the corner. Sharp angle shot. Stop. Here's Verbata from the other side. Another sharp angle bid that Berra came across to hold out.
The shots, yes, it is,
Okay.
but the shots being 30 to 15. That's I'm emphasizing those 30, and we haven't finished the second period yet.
Spirited effort from the Avalanche, and they're 2-on-1. Cleese with Everberg. Cleese in, shoots, kicked out by the left pad of Eddie Lack. The face-off, and Stewart rips the puck all the way down the ice. Canucks 0 for 1 on the power play. And here's Weber and scores. Just what the doctor ordered. 15 seconds into the third, the Canucks are on the board.
Boy, oh boy, how did Yannick Weber get so wide open? The Avalanche win the faceoff, shoot it in, and then there's nobody within 10 feet of Yannick Weber. And he just blows it by Berra. Look at Weber head up, he's got some room, and he makes no mistake about that one.
Daniel Sedin towards the goal, deflected just wide. Henrik Sedin behind the net for Burrows. Alex Burrows on the forehand. Pass to Daniel Sedin. Behind the net to Henrik Sedin. Daniel going to the front. Henrik looking across. Spiza stopped by Berra. Daniel. Weber recovers. Stops to get away from the check. Ahead to Dorsey. Didn't play it forward. Instead stopped the puck along the boards. Now he gives it away to McLeod, whose long shot is stopped by Eddie Lack. He backhands it into the Avalanche zone and moves in on Hayda. Gives him a jolt as the puck is played around. Kennens now knocks down Landeskog. Puck played the line, held in by Verbata. Here's Bonino. Mitchell got there first. 4.5 gone in the third. Puck comes in front. Lack sweeps it to the side. Burrows can't catch up. Hold it to the corner to Iginla. Tees it up for Mitchell off the left shoulder of Eddie Lack. Bay comes up with a puck. Working off the left wing. Phantom his pass. Keeps control. Backhands into the corner for Matthias. Puts the puck on the forehand. Passes to Handhuse. Wrist shot stopped by Berra. Rebound stopped again. And this time Berra hangs on for the whistle. Higgins and Edler from the corner. The defenseman's in deep. Stumbled a bit, but he's got the puck. Fires back. Weber to Horvat. Covering for Edler. Here's Higgins to the net. Into the glove of Berra. With Hansen providing a disturbance in front. He's the puck in behind the goal. Berra out of his net. Gets it by Burrows and up the boards. Henrik holds the line. His pass picked off. Iginla up to Duchesne. 2-on-1 with Mitchell. Duchesne shoots. Blocker saved by Lack, who looked cool making that one. Time coming off. Bonino moves up the gut, finds some room in the backhand, and then at the last second he was checked, but the Avs can't clear. Tanev, hard pass to Hamhuis. Slap shot, stopped by Berra. Loose puck, and Bonino gets it to the goal line. Burrows back to Hamhuis. Fans want it towards the net. Bonino. He'll switch places with Hamhuis. Move into the face-off circle. Shoot. Rebound. Loose at the side. Bonino gets it. Just over a minute to go. And Hamhuis brings the puck up. Stripped of it from behind. And Mitchell has the open goal. No mistake for him. John Mitchell into the empty net. And with exactly a minute to go, Colorado salts it away. They're up 4-1.
Well, Dan Hamhuis trying to lead the rush. Goalie out. Didn't head man it quick enough, and there's Duchesne. Good move. Steals it. And Mitchell. No mistake from inside the blue.